Good day, guys. It's me once again. This one's different. I thought I'd speak on something very interesting today. I just a little remark that I made. And this is particularly directed to the women in our society. Uh, Personally, I just sat back and noticed that, man, what a generation of angry women, right? Like we've built a society as a race, we've built a society of very angry women. Like, you notice this in very little conversations, whether it's about gender equality, human rights, or whatever. When you talk about all these topics, a particular thing that comes visibly up to the table is the fact that women just get so angry. And I thought I'd discuss that on a much broader aspect. And here's what I need everybody following this video to understand. That the African household was intentionally destroyed, guys. I heard somebody saying this yesterday at college and I was shocked. It really intrigued my attention that the African household was intentionally destroyed. Now, don't get me wrong, the frustration of women, the frustration of the girls, of the ladies is understandable, because growing up in a household with no father figure, growing up with one parent, you can almost understand why they end up with this anger when it comes to the topics that I mentioned, right? So you get girls that hate men, girls that say all men are dogs and whatnot. Well, particularly because of their own experiences, because of their own personal experiences they had in the past, And I understand that. Hence I said, the most important thing to understand here is the fact that, firstly, that our households were intentionally destroyed. When the white men came, they didn't say, okay, you guys are a happy family, we're going to just let you be. No ways. They took the men away to work, right? Intentionally. So the household was being demolished at that very same second. So now you have a mother who has to raise this child most of the times as a single parent because the dad is away working, And so I think as a result of that, we ended up having girls that have this fixed perception of guys. They ended up turning into these monsters that now say all types of harsh things when it comes to men. But again, awareness above everything. I think we should firstly just be conscious enough of our circumstances, which is the fact that these people were actually taken away from us. Our fathers did not go to the farmlands or to the work by joy, but they had to. This was the means of surviving. It was the means of living. So it was the only way out. They had to, right? They were not there because they loved it or they were having fun there. They were there because they had to work, And that's firstly. Secondly, what's most important is to look up ahead. I think what has happened has happened. What matters right now is rather not focus on the damage itself, but on ways to fix done damage. The ways to create some sort of reparation on these damages that have already been done. And, with that, I would like to suggest, finding this thing that's going to unite us. I know that many people can relate with what I'm saying. I myself at the time did not always have a present father. So I think what I would suggest is making every minute worth it, because to this day you still get parents that are home once every week. Well, instead of building up this very angry tendency, make it worth. Your father's home once a week. Okay, cool. Well, make sure that one time that he's at home, let him find a very warm home. Let him find a very welcoming family. Not an angry girl who's disrespecting the mother, or an angry boy who's disrespecting the mother in his absence. Let him find that very warmth at home. And I think from there moving forward, that is what would strengthen us as a people. That is what would mend and fix our relationships. Because I think what's important at the moment is finding that middle ground and that truth that's going to help us coexist in the same space, despite the damage of history And despite the damage of the circumstances that were once in the past and that still are right now, we can still work in finding a way of, creating that middle ground and that truth to help us move forward. So guys, do not always fix eyes on the problem itself or on the damage, but rather work on finding that middle ground, make it work. I don't know how, but just find a way to make it work. And I think that's going to help better our relationships with our parents generally much better. Thank you.